Welcome to the third and final lesson of history for this week. We're still on health and the people, and we're still looking at the Renaissance time period, the beginnings of change. Today's inquiry question is: how useful is source A to a historian studying disease in the Renaissance period? We're going to be looking at three things. We need to know how the Great Plague affected Great Britain at the time. We need to understand how public health had developed during the Renaissance period. And we also need to evaluate how hospitals and surgery have changed in this time period. Historians use sources to find out information about the past, but also to make judgments. One of the key things in your exam you're expected to do is to study sources and explain how they could be useful to a historian. Please watch the source analysis video before completing this first part of the task. Developing students, I would like you to describe 5 things that you can see in this source. Please do that on a whiteboard or on a piece of paper. Secure students, I would like you to describe what you can see as well, but could you please add in any of your own knowledge that you can remember about the Renaissance? Master's students, could you add your own knowledge as well, but could you make a judgment whether this source is actually useful or not? Please only base it on the content, so what you can see in the source. Take a picture of your annotations and upload that onto class charts. We're now going to revise the information you need for the Great Plague. So please watch the 2 videos and to create a mind map once you've watched those videos. Developing students use examples such as the images and some of the key words that I've used on the screen to help you. Secure students, can you also identify where the government actually improved their public health compared to the medieval government during the time of the Black Death? Master students, could you also explain how the government has improved from the Black Death in the 14th century? Can you please take a picture of your completed mind map and upload that onto class charts? The second activity is to look at how public health has developed from the medieval time period. Using the worksheet Renaissance Public Health, answer the questions which are suitable for your ability. Developing students, secure students and mastered students have 3 different questions each to answer. Take a picture of your completed work and upload it onto class chart. The third and final task today is to look at how much change took place in relation to hospitals and surgery. Using the paper chain question sheet, please copy out the questions onto a piece of paper or print them out. Using the hospital and Renaissance reading, check your answers after you have answered them for the first time. Your aim is to create the longest paper chain with correct answers. Secure students, can you please create a paper chain, but could you also add an additional paper chain and rate how far doctors and hospitals have actually developed during this time period? Master students, can you also rate the doctors and hospitals, but can you judge the key change that took place in hospitals using the hinge question on the screen now? Is it A, B, C or D? And finally, can you please include in your work this week a picture of your annotations and your mind map on the Great Plague, a picture of your whiteboard questions, either on a whiteboard or a piece of paper, and a picture of your paper chains. And finally, once again, please make sure you make it very clear whether you've done developing, secure or mastered. Well done in participating in all of the history work for this week.